And it's our final segment of the Screen Team on today's Talk 930 KWOC. I want to thank our sponsors once again, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, also 33 Productions, and Poplar Bluff Drywall. Our next movie we're going to review is the number one movie in the box office right now, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And, of course, this film not directed by, what's his face?
Michael Bay.
Not directed by him, but produced by him. And, well...
Could have fooled me.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Kyle. For those who don't know, and I'm sure that's few people, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, what's it about?
Four Ninja Turtles who...
Are they teenagers?
Yes, they might be teenagers.
Okay. But how did they become Ninja Turtles? Were they mutants?
They might have been mutated. I'm not exactly sure on this, but they...
Spoiler alert, by the way.
But for years, they learned martial arts. They were sheltered from the world by their master, Splinter, who...
Is he a turtle, too?
No, I don't believe so, but we won't give that one away.
He's a rat.
But they fight crime at night with their in anonymity, without people knowing who they are, and they deal with the forces of evil, namely Master Shredder and his Foot Clan. Mm-hmm. Awesome cartoon of the 80s, iconic cartoon, and awesome theme song as well. Spawned 3 early movies in the early 90s and a spin-off cartoon in the early 2000s. This is an extremely successful franchise.
Right. One that a lot of people know, and one I think that we're all fans of. We're all fans of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. No, I'm wearing a Turtle shirt, but I hate the franchise. It's terrible.
Yeah.
No, I loved it. This was like my Star Wars. It's one of the things from our generation that connects all of us. I don't know any kids that I grew up with. They're still kids, by the way. I don't know any of the kids that I grew up with that didn't like Turtles.
Amen.
Okay, so we all have a love for Turtles. We all have a passion for it in some way. Do we like this new incarnation of the Turtles?
If you are willing to disregard what you know about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise and just go in there with an open mind and clean slate, you can enjoy this film.
Mm-hmm. Parts of this film.
Parts.
And I may be biased, but anything with Megan Fox in the movie was not very good. We mentioned this earlier, but her breathing in the film was so loud it sounded like a mixture of Darth Vader and Michael Myers. It was kind of distracting, and she was kind of wooden, and I don't want to rip on Megan Fox too bad. I think she's okay as a side character, but her carrying the film, and especially with her in a position like April O'Neil, where she looks nothing like the foxy redhead from the original franchise, it's just kind of an odd choice.
So do you think so is your problem that they used her too much or that they used her at all?
Both, actually. I didn't like her being used at all, and I said, you know what, as long as they have a lot of the turtles in the movie, and it's more of a turtle-centric movie, new phrase, by the way, there, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Then I'm okay with it. But it was more about April O'Neil early in the film.
Yeah. And
that would have been okay had it been a better choice. So it's just kind of like, two wrongs don't make a right.
Right. Her character seemed very, very one-dimensional. And they even played on it a lot in the movie, saying that she was sexy and good-looking and stuff like that, which April O'Neil character, she is all those things.
Yeah, but she's much more than that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's actually kind of like a heroic character, and that's one of the characters that female audiences could latch onto from the movies or the cartoon. You know what I mean? She was fearless. Not that April O'Neil was not fearless in this movie, but it was more like she was dumb.
Yeah.
Which is not, I wouldn't want, if I had a daughter, I wouldn't want her to look up to that type of character.
Yeah.
Just kind of a bad trope, kind of a bad stereotype to pin her off of.
Yeah.
All right, so we're not a fan of April O'Neil. What about the Turtles? Do we like them in this film?
Very well cast and the spots that they got, but the problem was there wasn't enough of them. You got I think all the dialogue for each character's specific traits was well done. Raphael, is hard-headed and he butted heads a little bit with Leonardo, who's the leader of the group, and Michelangelo was his goofy, little bit too flirtatious self. I don't ever recall that in the cartoon.
Obsessed with pop culture and stuff like
and
that.
Of course, and Donatello was the super nerd. Very well done there, but there just was not enough of that, and it was kind of the April O'Neil show.
Yeah, it was weird how they when they first introduced the Turtles and she got to meet them, like they're already getting attacked by the Foot Clan, and it's already setting in motion the rest of the film. That's how much time they spent on April O'Neil's character, as opposed to how much they should have been spending on the Ninja Turtles and getting to know them and getting to develop their characters. The first film is really well done, especially for what it is. It's not going to win any awards. It didn't, at the time, but it's a well-made film for how ridiculous the premise is. And, again, they weren't so taken aback by glossy special effects.
2 minutes late, dude.
That's right. Forgiveness is divine.
Some of the dialogue in there is just so cheesy, and especially Megan Fox's.
I tell you one of my main issues, and I had this issue going into the film, so I guess I was a little jaded going into the film. I didn't like the look of the turtles at all. I've said it before on this show many times, and people are tired of me saying it. I don't like CGI. Let me rephrase. I like CGI when I can't tell the difference. When
Inception,
I'm like,
when the city
yeah,
folds in on itself.
Yeah, it's like, is that movie magic or is that CGI? When it's done like that, I'm in. But this film looked like a cartoon to me, and I don't have a problem with cartoons. I love cartoons. You guys know that. But sure. When this film was supposed to be set in a real environment, I want those characters to look real and to feel real, and it didn't. It felt like I was watching something fake.
Yeah. It felt like I was watching the cartoon dog that was supposed to be a werewolf in the Twilight franchise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So that was one of my, I didn't like the look of the turtles. I would have rather had them been like in the original film, the Jim Henson kind of puppets and where guys are in the suits and stuff like that. And
that would have been cool.
Definitely.
It's not in keeping with the style today, but I think our audience, our generation, as an audience, would have appreciated that and probably still gone to see it.
Definitely.
I'd imagine. I'm just making a bold assumption here because they will probably never make that kind of movie again. And if they do, I'd definitely welcome it. But I didn't have a problem with their look. I didn't like Splinter's look. Mm-hmm. The turtles they looked pretty tough. They looked pretty BA. That's cool. Splinter just looked kind of weird to me. And I like Tony Shalhoub, but I don't think he was a good choice.
I agree.
Johnny Knoxville, I would have thought would have been a better Raph or maybe a Michelangelo or a Donatello. He was Leonardo.
Right.
A guy that's known as being a cut-up and not a serious actor, and you're going to have him be the leader, the stoic one.
A lot of miscasting
definitely.
in this film. What'd you guys think of Shredder? Because to me, he looked like a pretty messed up Transformer.
Yeah, he
looked
like a Decepticon.
Yeah. It's like Megatron infiltrated a superior franchise.
Nice, man.
Thanks, I've been working on that one.
All right. All right, so we didn't like the film, obviously, but, as you can tell. But this film isn't meant for us. This film was meant for little ones. I took my godson Austin. He's 10 years old. Are those
and a member of Screen Team
and a member of the Screen Team? Is that age group? Are they going to like this film?
I think so. There's a lot of action to it. It's got enough of a story to kind of get, kind of sink your teeth into, but not too much to where it's hard for them to follow. Mm-hmm. Again, it's a movie about Ninja Turtles. It doesn't have to be super deep, but this one, just like RoboCop, the reboot, lacked the heart and the depth that the original had. So I'll recommend the original 2, not 3 so much. I like this better than 3, but the original 2, I'll recommend all day, every day over this one.
Yeah.
Easily.
They're going to make a sequel to this movie.
Yeah, they have to.
Do you know who's directing it? Anybody want to take a guess?
I don't want to know.
James Wong.
No, that's funny though. Michael Bay.
He didn't have time for this one because he was too busy
doing
Transformers into the ground.
Right. So, Transformers is, they're going to do something else, and Michael Bay's going to take over the Turtles. So, and I heard a rumor. Are you guys down with this? Rocksteady and Bebop? Would you guys be down with that?
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe Krang.
Yeah, I'd been wondering from at the beginning of the movie. I said, are they going to feature a lot of the second-tier villains?
Yeah,
I was kind of excited for Michael Bay to do that. I didn't mean to cut you up, bro. But Michael Bay at least could do the zaniness and do the entire franchise. It was hard to do a realistic Ninja Turtles, as realistic as possible could be, and then have a talking brain. Yeah. They were struggling with credibility as much as they were back then anyway. But Michael Bay doesn't care. He knows he's going to make money because he's going to throw in Bay explosions. Robot Chicken shout out. So he knows he's going to make money on it either way. So why not just go as far out as you can? If you're going to go stupid, go all the way.
Right.
And I was kind of excited. Maybe we get to see that. So maybe for the sequel, that'll be something to bring me back. If not, I don't know. I might just be red boxing it.
Yeah, that was the one thing I was mad about. Ninja Turtles 2. I thought they were going to put in Rocksteady and Bebop, and they had like these two other
Toka and Razor.
Right.
They were good, but they weren't Bebop and Rocksteady.
This was it, man. You guys could have introduced them, and they didn't. So anyway, Kyle, Matt, thank you for being on the show.
Hey,
appreciate you guys, man. And we're going to take next week off, but we'll be back in 2 weeks celebrating the Screen Team's 4th anniversary, which is very cool. And we're going to have another all-kids show. Last time we had all boys. This time we're going to have all girls on the show.
Uh-oh.
And we're going to review Parent Trap, the old Lindsay Lohan film. back from the 90s. We're also going to do Barbie Swan Lake. Come on, guys. You guys are going to be watching that, right?
I'm in.
And we're going to review Tinkerbell Pirate Fairy, the brand new Tinkerbell film. So it's going to be a lot of fun celebrating our 4th anniversary in 2 weeks. For Matt, for Kyle, and Chris, we are the Screen Team on today's Talk 930 KW.